the Afghan desert, a place of unforgiving beauty. A harsh sun beat down, sand stretched endlessly. This was the setting for a secret war, a war fought in the shadows. In the years following 9/11, a different kind of battle raged in Afghanistan. It was a clandestine struggle against a hidden enemy. Al-Qaeda, masters of terror, had sought refuge in this desolate land, their aim to regroup and plot further attacks on the west. Operation Trent, a daring mission undertaken by the British Special Air Service, offers a glimpse into this shadowy conflict. It was a mission that demanded extraordinary courage, skill, and resilience. The stakes were high, the margin for error razor-thin. This is the story of those brave men, the story of their fight against a ruthless enemy in one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. It is a story of courage, of sacrifice, and ultimately of victory against the odds. The Afghan desert is a formidable adversary. Temperatures soar during the day, baking the land. The sun beats down mercilessly. At night, the mercury plummets, bringing a biting cold. The terrain is unforgiving, a vast expanse of sand dunes, rocky outcrops, and treacherous wadis. Navigation is difficult. The landscape seems to shift and change with the wind. Dust storms can whip up in an instant, reducing visibility to almost zero. The desert is a place of hidden dangers. Venomous snakes and scorpions lurk beneath rocks. The threat of enemy patrols is ever present. For soldiers operating in this environment, survival is a constant challenge. Every drop of water, every ounce of food is precious. The desert tests men to their limits, both physically and mentally. Only the toughest, most resourceful and determined can endure. The men of the British SAS are renowned for their skills and daring. They are highly trained, meticulously disciplined, and utterly fearless. For Operation Trent, a small team of these elite soldiers was assembled. Their mission to penetrate deep into Taliban-controlled territory. Their objective was twofold. First, they were to gather intelligence on Al-Qaeda activity in the region. Second, they were to disrupt and destroy any enemy operations they encountered. It was a dangerous mission fraught with risk, but the SAS thrives on such challenges. Armed with the latest weaponry and equipment, the team was inserted by helicopter under the cover of darkness. They carried with them everything they needed to survive and fight behind enemy lines. Their training and their brotherhood were all they could rely on. Section 4. A deadly encounter in the dead of night. For days, the SAS team moved stealthily across the desert. They traveled by night, navigating by the stars and their compasses. They avoided all contact, their movements hidden by the terrain and their own skills. Their every sense was heightened, alert to any sign of danger. One night, their worst fears were realized. As they rested in a dry riverbed, they were ambushed by a group of Al-Qaeda fighters. The enemy emerged from the darkness, firing their weapons. The SAS team, though taken by surprise, reacted instantly. A fierce firefight erupted, the silence of the desert shattered by the deafening roar of gunfire. The SAS, outnumbered but not outmatched, fought with their trademark aggression and precision. They moved like shadows, using the darkness to their advantage. Section 5. Behind enemy lines, uncovering a secret fortress. After repelling the ambush, the SAS team pressed on with their mission. They knew that time was of the essence. They had inflicted casualties on the enemy, but were now operating in a highly volatile area. They moved quickly, their senses on high alert. As they navigated a narrow pass, they stumbled upon an unexpected sight. Hidden amongst the rocks was a heavily fortified compound. High walls, topped with barbed wire, surrounded a cluster of buildings. Armed guards patrolled the perimeter. It was clearly a place of importance. Using their specialist equipment, the SAS team conducted reconnaissance. What they discovered sent shockwaves through their chain of command. The compound wasn't just a military outpost, it was a massive opium storage facility.